This video is part 3 of a 4-part AI influencer course. So if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, I recommend starting from part 1. Otherwise this video won't make sense. Good luck. Okay, so to train a LoRA, first we need to use this prompt right here. And one more thing that you need to look into is you have to have all files on .png, so .png, but some of them are JPG. So we're going to be just like this, and we need to convert them. Now we go ahead and convert them, and we can delete them out of here. And we can go ahead and save these, or we can save all. Okay, now our next step is taking this prompt, and simply we need to make captions for the images. First, if you have this folder just like me with all the images, we can go ahead, select everything, and now change the name to the trigger word that you're going to be using. Bella, or I don't know, Maxi, or whatever the name is of your AI influencer. Every time you use that in a prompt, it's going to generate your AI influencer. So let's say my trigger word is simply going to be, let's say my trigger word is Sophie. So now we click enter, and every single name of the file is going to change to Sophie 1, Sophie 2, etc. So now we go to Gemini, and now we use this prompt right here. We copy it, we paste it in right here. We change this part which says your trigger name, so let's say Sophie, and now we're going to upload 10 of the files because that's the limit for each image. So I'll just do that, 10 files, and I'll choose Pro because I have Pro, and click submit. See, it made Sophie 1.txt, Sophie taking a mirror selfie in a bedroom, and if we check Sophie PNG number 1, it is accurate. Sophie taking a mirror selfie in a bedroom wearing a shoe, white lingerie set with a pink floral rose pattern. Yeah, so these prompts are very good. So this is the next batch, and I'll upload the remaining pictures. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. Click open, and we do the same process. Now while that's happening, for the next step we are going to need specifically ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is the only AI that can actually make files for some reason. So we'll go ahead and now ask Gemini, list every single thing in this next one message. Okay, so it's making a list of every single file, the whole list, and go to ChatGPT and say, I need you to give me every single .txt file with the content shown here. Content and file name shown here. So yeah, let's delete this part, and let's see if ChatGPT can do this. I need a download link. So while that's happening, I'm going to go and launch this RunPod template right here. You can find this in the LoRA training section. This should be in the free course, so you will have access if you somehow manage to get all the reference images. So yeah, now we can just deploy on demand and wait. Now it just gave me a zip file, so let's download that zip file. I'm going to save it in that same folder right here, zip file, and we can paste every single thing inside of the folder. And as see, it's all named the same, and we can delete this and close everything. Yeah, this step is done. Now we need to just simply wait for this to launch. So we need to open this AI toolkit thing. Now we click on datasets, then we click on new dataset. I'll just call it Sophie, trigger name, and we click on add images, and we click here, and we can choose everything inside of this folder with the txt files, and click open. Now as you see, we have every single image and the prompt right below it. So now when we have this, all we have to do is click on new job. I'll just call this Sophie right here. Then here we type in Z image turbo, click this one, and we can close this. If you're using A5090, you can turn this off, choose this on none. And here I personally recommend 5,000 steps. So let's do 5,000 right here. And this is our dataset, Sophie. And now we need to use this prompt. You can use any AI again. So I'll go to Gemini. Are going to change this trigger name to our trigger name, Sophie. Now we are going to be taking these prompts and replacing them right here. This isn't really needed, but we're still going to use this because you will see progress throughout the generation. And now once it's done, we can go ahead and click on create job. And you just need to click right here. And this can actually take like 2 hours or even more. So yeah, you might just have to leave this on for a while. Now don't be scared, you can always close this and basically close everything, and you can re-enter by clicking right here. So I'll come back once it's done. Okay, so after it's done training, you can go to the training queue right here, and here you will see it say training completed. So now you click it and you can see all these samples, this and then identical to the one we created. As see, it's in different things. It's like this now, even though at the start it looked like this. So now we go to the overview and we need to download this Sophie.savetensors. And we can also download the 4001 just in case. Okay, so we have these two files, and now you can go ahead and also stop this pod and terminate it. And we can move on to the next step, which is actually using the LoRA we just created to make incredible images. Okay, so after you have everything, all you have to do now is go back to the course, to LoRA training, and click on this right here. Then we can choose 5090 again and deploy on demand. And again, we have to wait for it to load up. Now while that's happening, also download this workflow right over here. We did before, save as. Okay, so our Comfy UI is ready, so we can go ahead and launch it. And now after it's launched, you need to download this workflow right here. This should be in the free course, so now I already did that, so I'll just place it right over here. Now the next thing we have to do is open this Jupyter lab, and then you need to go to workspace, Comfy UI, then go to models, then find this LoRa's folder. Then you need to upload the file that you downloaded from LoRA training. For me, it's sophie.savetensors, and we can upload this file. Even though it's showing up, it's still uploading, so I recommend staying here for like 5 minutes until this is uploaded. Okay, so it just finished uploading, so we can close this, and then we can refresh this real quick. So after you refresh, you can click here and choose your file. This is the height. It's gonna be a little bit different, but that's basically like the best size for Instagram pictures. So you can just do this 1008 by 1344. It's fine. So now let's make some prompts. So I'll just tell ChatGPT that I trained a LoRA on the keyword I need you to make trendy Pinterest-like pictures for my Instagram. This is an AI influencer. I want the pictures in batches of 5 in the same environment and outfit. The environment, description, and outfit should always stay word for word the same through all 5 pictures in each batch. Make like 3 batches for Instagram. Make like 3 batches of prompts. Now the reason I told him to do 5 batches is because I'm only going to be posting, or at least I only post carousels, so basically like 5 pictures in one single Instagram post. And I explain that more inside my pro course for social media marketing. So if you're more interested in that, you can go ahead and visit the WOP course to learn why that's very important. So I'll go ahead and click enter. Okay, so these prompts are actually not bad. I actually don't like prompts with mirrors, so I'll tell don't use mirrors, please. You can make good pictures like mirror selfies, that's fine, but sometimes they just fuck up a lot. So let's try this. Okay, so this is the first image, and as you see, if you watched the very first video of this course, this is the face we started with, and as you see, we already have an AI that can generate our model simply by saying the word Sophie. Try out different prompts, so I'll go with the second one. So this imagine this is the first picture of the post, and now we're generating a second one, and we get a picture like this, but this doesn't look really realistic, but her face is still very good. This quite a good picture, but it feels quite unnatural, so I'm not going to use this. You can play around basically, but after I only trained this LoRA with 20 pictures, so it's not that great, but it's still amazing. Like as you see, it still looks like that same girl. Like I'll just put this here for reference. Like she still looks like herself. So I'll try out different outfits, just like one here. Okay, let's make, for example, Sophie sitting on her Lamborghini or next to a Lamborghini. Let's try like a luxury lifestyle prompt. Now this picture is actually very good, but this looks weird, so yeah. But as you see, she looks extremely realistic, and she looks like these cars look real. Everything looks nice in this picture already. Okay, let's type in a luxury lifestyle prompt. You can regenerate using the same prompt if there are mistakes, and eventually it should get it right. This is like a twin one. I think that's what's said in the prompt, so I'll just try another one. But you can already see that this is the same exact girl. Even though we only trained on 20 pictures, this picture is incredibly good. So she looks like she's like in a villa besides her Lamborghini. She looks extremely realistic, and yeah. So now you basically have like an AI influencer engine that you can basically craft unlimited pictures for your Instagram, for your, obviously this model is like unrestricted, so you can do whatever you would like, but I can't actually teach this on YouTube or on WAP. So all I'm going to say is just use Grok AI. All you have to do is click right here, go to settings, go to data controls, and just type in and just click this, allow not safe for work content, and you can do whatever you would like with this. So yeah, that's the only way to create content for your fan view or whatever you're using. Now before this video ends and we can move on to creating TikToks, I want to invite you into the course on WAP. So we have basically everything you need for your success in AI influencers. We help you create. We will have many extra videos like how to detail the face, how to make TikToks for cheaper, how to market on social media. We will be also helping you by getting you verified on FanView, and etc, etc. So now let's move on to the TikToks, and you can click right here on the screen and you will learn how to make TikToks of your AI influencer.